Our objectives in this lesson are the following. Illustrate linear inequalities in two variables, graph linear inequalities in two variables, and represent real-life situations using linear inequalities in two variables. But first, here are the answers in extra problem I gave in our previous lesson. Kindly write in the comment section if you got it correct. Now, let's have an activity. Welcome to GSI, Graph Scene Investigation. I have here four graphs and we are going to answer the following questions. Number one, how many types of boundary lines were used in the graphs? Let's see. This one is the same with this one, and this one is the same with this one. So we have two types of boundary lines. Number two, what types of boundary lines were used in the graphs? Graph 1 and Graph 3 use dashed lines, while Graph 2 and Graph 4 used solid lines. Number 3. What pattern do you observe when to use dashed line and solid line? Let's see. So this is dashed line. The inequality symbol is less than. This is also dashed line. The inequality symbol is greater than. This one, solid line, the inequality symbol is less than or equal to. This one is also solid line. The inequality symbol is greater than or equal to. So meaning, we use dash line if the inequality symbol is strict, meaning either less than or greater than only. And we use solid line if the inequality symbol is inclusive, meaning there is or equal to, such as less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. Number 4. What relationship do you notice between the direction of the shaded region and the inequality symbols? Oh, good question. So the shaded region here is below the boundary line. The shaded region here is also below the boundary line. While in this two, the shaded region is above the boundary line. So let's make a conclusion. When the shaded region is below the boundary line, the inequality symbol is less than or equal to. If the shaded region is above the boundary line, the inequality symbol used is either greater than or equal to. I hope you got it. Last one. What do you think is the role of boundary lines in defining the solution set? The boundary lines act as a divider between the points that satisfy the inequality and those that don't. If the line is solid, the points on this line are included in the solution. But if the line is a dashed line, the points on this line are not included in the solution. Let's have another activity. Solve and graph. Graph y is less than 2x plus 3. We have series of steps here. Step 1. Convert the inequality to slope-intercept form. That is the y equals mx plus b. But instead of equal sign, we're going to make use of inequality symbol. And this is already in slope-intercept form. So we just have to copy our given. Step 2. Identify the slope and y-intercept. We will use this in graphing the boundary line. So we have here 2x. This is the slope, the coefficient of the variable x. So the slope is 2, that is 2 over 1. And here is our y-intercept, which is equal to 3, our b. Step 3. Determine the type of boundary line. Since the inequality symbol is just less than, there is no or equal to, then it means we are going to make use of dashed line. Step 4. Choose a test point to determine where to shade. Usually, 0, 0 is used as a test point for as long as 0, 0 is not on the line. So we are going to use 0, 0 as a test point here. That means we are going to substitute 0 for y and 0 for x. 2 times 0 will be 0, so we have 0 is less than 3. Is it? Is 0 less than 3? Yes, it is. And step 5, we are going to shade the correct region. Since 0, 0 satisfies the inequality, then we are going to shade the region where 0, 0 is located. Now let us graph. Let us recall our answers earlier. We will start with graphing the boundary line. Our y-intercept is 3, so we're going to start with that. Our slope is 2 over 1. That means 2 units up and 1 unit to the right. We are going to connect these points, but remember to use the correct type of boundary line. And we are going to use dashed line. Next, our test point is 0, 0. It is here. And since the inequality is correct, we are going to shade the region where 0, 0 is located. And 0, 0 is below the boundary line, so we are going to shade this portion. Now, to compare if this is correct, we are going to recall the first graph that we had in our previous activity, graph scene investigation, because it is of the same given. And yes, they pretty much look the same. Let's have another activity. Point check. Are we a match? I am given here 3 inequality statements and a point assigned to each inequality. Let us test the first one. All we have to do is to substitute 2 for x and 3 for y. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Is 3 greater than 4? No, so this is false. They are not a match. Next one, let us substitute 1 for x and also 1 for y. 2 times 1 will give us 2, so this will be 2 minus 1 is greater than 0. And 2 minus 1 is 1. Is 1 greater than 0? Yes, this is true. So this point is a match to this inequality. Let's have the last one. Let us substitute negative 1 for x here and positive 4 for y. Let's do that. Negative times negative 1 is positive 1. And 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Is 4 less than or equal to 4? Yes, there is or equal here. So 4 is equal to 4. This is true. This point is of match to this inequality. Let us try this. Graph y minus x is greater than or equal to negative 2. Let's recall the steps. Step 1, convert the inequality to slope-intercept form. So we have here y minus x. We're going to move x on this side. So y is greater than or equal to positive x minus 2. Step 2, identify the slope and y-intercept. We will use this in graphing the boundary line. Our slope is the coefficient of x, and this is the invisible 1, so our slope is 1 over 1. And our y-intercept, our b, is equal to negative 2. Step 3, determine the type of boundary line. Since we have here or equal to, this is greater than or equal to, we are going to use solid line. Step 4, choose a test point to determine where to shade. Again, 0, 0 is a good test point. We are going to substitute 0 for y and 0 for x. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Is 0 greater than or equal to negative 2? Yes, 0 is greater than negative 2. So this is correct. And last step, shade the correct region. Since our test point 0, 0 satisfy the inequality, we are going to shade the region where 0, 0 is located. Now let us graph. Let's recall first our answers. Our y-intercept is negative 2, so it will be here, negative 2. Our slope is 1 over 1, 1 unit up, 1 unit to the right. And we are going to connect these 2 points using a solid line. And here is our test point 0, 0. And since the inequality is true, we are going to shade this region which is above the boundary line. Let us do extra challenge. Fiang is buying bananas and oranges. Bananas cost 10 pesos per kilo while oranges cost 20 pesos per kilo. Graph the inequality to determine the combination of bananas and oranges that meet her maximum budget of 100 pesos. So what we are going to do here is to let X for the kilos of banana and Y for the kilos of oranges. Next, we are going to make an inequality statement. Since each kilo of banana is 10 pesos, that would be 10x. And since each kilo of oranges is 20 pesos, that would be 20y. And her budget is 100 pesos, maximum budget, meaning it cannot go beyond 100 pesos. So 10x plus 20y is less than or equal to 100. It cannot go beyond 100. We cannot use greater than. But it could be equal to 100 because that is her maximum budget. We have 10x plus 20y is less than or equal to 100. We can divide all these three by 10. And 10 divided by 10 is 1, so we have here x. 20 divided by 10 is 2, so we have here 2y. And 100 divided by 10 is 10, so we have x plus 2y is less than or equal to 10. Let us convert this to slope-intercept form. So we are going to move x on this side. This will be 2y is less than or equal to negative x plus 10. Now, to solve for y, we are going to divide everything by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. We have here y. Then we have here over 2, so negative 1/2 of x. And then 10 divided by 2 is 5. Next, we will make use of a test point and we will use 0, 0. We'll substitute 0 for y and 0 for x. Negative 1/2 times 0 will just be 0. So this will be 0 is less than or equal to 5. Is 0 less than or equal to 5? Yes, it is. 0 is less than 5. Now let us graph. Our y-intercept is positive 5, so it would be here. Our slope is negative 1/2. That would be 1 unit down and 2 units to the right. So it would be here. And we are going to connect this with what type of boundary line? Dashed or solid? Since we have here or equal to, we're going to connect these points with a solid line. And our test point is 0, 0. It is here. And the inequality is true. So we are going to shade the area where 0, 0 is located. So we're going to shade this region below the boundary line. Of course, we cannot go beyond this point because there is no negative cost for banana and no negative cost for oranges. Let us recall that the x-axis is for the kilos of bananas and the y-axis is for the kilos of oranges. Now let us determine some combination of bananas and oranges that will meet her maximum budget of 100 pesos. Meaning we cannot go beyond this boundary line. That's why it is called boundary line. So it could be no bananas but 5 kilos of oranges. And 5 times 20 is 100. Or it could also be 2 kilos of bananas. That would be 20 pesos. and 4 kilos of oranges. That would be 4 times 20 is 80. So 80 plus 20 is 100 pesos. It could also be 4 kilos of bananas and 3 kilos of oranges. So 40 plus 60, that is 100. It could also be 6 kilos of bananas, that would be 60, and 2 kilos of oranges, that would be 40. 40 plus 60 is 100. Or 8 kilos of bananas, that would be 80, and 1 kilo of oranges, that would be 20. 20 plus 80 is 100. So those were just the exact kilos for bananas and oranges. But it could be any combination that is within this shaded region. Let us do quick checking. If the inequality has or equal to, we should use solid line. So this is correct. If the inequality is less than, the shaded region should be below the boundary line. So this is also correct. For the summary, here are the things that we learned in this lesson. Take time to understand this. Now, it is time to check your understanding. Pause this video for more time. Let us answer. We are asked to graph y is greater than negative x. This is already in slope-intercept form. It's just that it doesn't have the value of b. So let us just copy this. Y is greater than negative x. Slope is the coefficient of x. That would be negative 1, the invisible 1. So that is negative 1 over 1. And since we do not have b, that would be b is equal to 0. Let us plot this one first. Our b is 0, so it would be here. And then our slope is negative 1 over 1, so 1 unit down and 1 unit to the right. Since this uses only greater than, no or equal to, we are going to connect these points using dashed line. Now let us choose a test point. Since 0, 0 lies on the boundary line, we cannot use 0, 0 as a test point. So we are going to use other point than 0, 0. Let us say this point, negative 1, negative 1. That would be our test point. So we'll substitute negative 1 for x and negative 1 for y. Negative of negative is positive. Negative 1 is greater than 1. Is it true? No, this is false. Since our test point, negative 1, does not satisfy the inequality, we are not going to shade the region where negative 1 is located. Instead, we are going to shade the other region. So this area here. Let's do quick checking. This is greater than, so we are going to use dashed line, correct? And since this is greater than, we are going to shade the region above the boundary line. So our graph is correct. Gets? Here is an extra problem for you to master this lesson. Watch out for my next video lesson where I reveal the answer. Our next lesson is solving problems involving linear inequalities in two variables.